Good morning and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to start off by saying thank you to whoever it was that serenaded me this morning as I woke up. I could get used to that. Fast asleep I was, and then I hear, how was it? I can't believe it, you're a dream coming true. Oh my, I have fallen for you. Thank you very much, Mr. No Face. That was lovely. Okay. Yes, and I was feeling a little bit giddy. Afterwards, actually, I was putting on some blush before this video. I just feeling this really giddy excitement. I was putting on some blush before this video, and my blush brush, that was that to say, just kind of flew out of my hands like a rocket ship. And that made me giggle because I've just posted a video actually about Adam flying off in a rocket ship. I did make the video yesterday, so I've been cheating a little bit, but yeah, I just posted that. It flew off like a rocket. So, where are you off to, Adam? Okay. I have written things down because when I get giddy, my memory is not fantastic. And there are a few things that I want to talk about. So I've written them down. So that's what I'm doing if you're wondering why I'm looking down. Yeah, so I just want to address something I said the other day on that video where I talked about, the first video where I talked about the crystal child, and I said it's top secret, right? I just wanted to say that when I said top secret, I was being very tongue-in-cheek, okay? I was being quite playful, but it was more that I did say I feel like this particular message isn't for very many people. I even said that yesterday. And look, that was confirmed because, so the first video I did with the Crystal Children, it received a lot more views than any of my other videos have. But when I then did another one yesterday, it had trickled down to only 20, yeah? Only 20 people out of, those, I think, 230 odd people. So my feeling was correct. I said, I don't think that video was for everybody. Not everybody that watched that is going to have a crystal child. And, yes, it did trickle down to 20, so that was correct. But when I say top secret, I mean, I'm not talking about some sort of, secret undisclosed FBI files, okay? What I mean is it's kind of like, imagine you're a physics tutor and you're doing a lecture and, an art history student walks into your lecture, right? There's nothing wrong with the art history student being an art history student. It's just they're in the wrong class. That's all. That's all I was referring to, okay? Okay. So what else do I want to say about that? Now, how do you know if a message is for you? Or if there's something that God is trying to communicate to you? How do you know if it is a communication from God? It's going to keep getting repeated, yeah? It won't just happen the once. Now, I did talk to you. I'm using myself as an example because I know my story better. And please feel free to share yours, although I know you're still very reticent. So I did say to you about, you'll have to go and rewatch yesterday's video. I think it's called The Crystal Child Awaits. So I talked about all the little seeds that were planted along the way, all the little breadcrumbs that were thrown about this crystal child. But it's still, it continues to get repeated. That's how you know. So, I then did the two card reads that were about the crystal child. Now, I just want to say that a couple of days before my boys went overseas, my 3-year-old just went not borrowing, what do you say? He was just like exploring books that had been put away for a very, very long time, and comes up to me and brings me this. Can you see that? Crystals, right. He brings me this book. And, I had no idea why he brought it. So I said, oh, thanks, that's lovely, and I put it in my room. And I didn't think anything of it. Now, I did do the reading on Crystal Children yesterday. And this morning, so sort of on the brain, yeah. This morning, I listened to a YouTube video of a guy that I like to listen to. I find him very interesting to listen to. And I was reading through the comments, and the first thing I saw was crystal clear. Those were the first 2 words that I saw, crystal clear. And that's interesting because in the reading I did, I actually used those exact words. I said, her consciousness is crystal clear. And then I kept scrolling and the first word I see is crystal. If someone's actual name is Crystal. So I think, okay, that's interesting, yeah. Got crystal, sort of a crystal theme going on. Then I went into my room and my eye, and it has not been for this entire month, yeah, my eye was just drawn to this book. And then I was like, oh my God, crystals. And I was like, what a rubberhead. Honestly, like your son is trying to tell you something. I missed that. I missed that. It must be very difficult for them to work with sometimes, honestly. Yes, and then I started to get this urge to actually go and buy some crystals. And that's kind of cracking me up because honestly, look, I said to you the other day that a person's crazy today can be their sanity tomorrow, right? I stand corrected. I'm more than happy to admit when I was wrong. I have kind of like always had this idea that crystals are just not my thing. I guess in the same way that, a lot of people maybe have an issue with people that are overly religious because they feel like they're very narrow-minded and judgmental. Like they'll grab that Bible and bash you over the head with it, that kind of thing. Just because of some of the encounters I'd had with people who were really into crystals and, like going to crystal shops, I kind of had this feeling like, you know what, they mean well, but like, what's going on with your sacral? What's going on with the root? Like, where's the fire? Where's the fire? It's just this thing I had, and it was incorrect. But yeah, so I had no interest in crystals. I always say, you don't need crystals, But there you go. I am eating humble pie right now because I have this crazy urge to go and buy crystals. I know it's not coming from me, so I'm going to go and do that. I might even show them off to you in future videos. But yes, I wonder if that is a particular person who I haven't met who maybe wants them around so that she feels more at home. Yeah, so things will keep getting repeated, yeah, if it's from God. And so that's really interesting because, that first video that came out, it then funneled down to the 20, yeah? And I would imagine that for those 20, it's going to keep being repeated, yeah, if it is for them. But yes, that video was important. It either planted the seed for who it was meant to be planted for, or it maybe confirmed to others that there was a seed that had been planted and they're not crazy. But hopefully I won't be talking any more about crystal children now after this. What did I want to talk about? Why can I not focus today? Yes. I already said that. Surprises. Okay. So, yes. So, top secret. I'm going to try and keep this under 10, but I always say that, and, it may or may not happen. It's my intention, okay? Top secret. So, that was another thing. So, sometimes you don't know what's coming your way, yeah? But you might have, and I've talked about this before in a video a long time ago. How do you know if you're on the fated path versus the destined path, yeah? So the highest possible timeline for you, if you are on that, you should feel a sense of excitement. But please also know that for you to be on that highest possible timeline, you are going to be somebody who has been through it. You have been through a lot of trials and tribulations. But that alone does not mean that you're on the highest path. A lot of people go through horrific things, yeah, really awful things in life. Doesn't mean that they're automatically given a pass onto the highest timeline. The thing is that it's about facing these things and not letting your heart chakra contract. Yeah. Now I have met these people, people who have gone through really terrible things. There is one that I know really well. Okay. And the heart chakra just contracted. And it's like nothing will crack that open. Okay? And it's very sad when that happens to a person. We do pray for them because it must be awful living in that state. And you'll notice them. It's really hard to get them to laugh at anything. They're very resistant to laughter. And often don't like being around people who are enjoying themselves, yeah? So misery does like company, but as I've said, so does joy, yeah? I know I annoy a lot of people. I generally do. People that are quite miserable or quite unhappy quite often, especially when I'm firing on all cylinders. I know I grate on people, and yeah, that's okay. You find your clan, and when you do, you're so much more grateful because of it, yeah, because you've experienced. You really do need that contrast. Okay, back to what I was saying. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have had coffee. I've had 2 coffees, very strong ones, before I did this. Just given my giddy state, maybe I should have just posted before the coffees. What on earth was I saying? Oh, surprises. Yes. Okay. Right. We'll get there. Definitely not doing this under 10. Sometimes, so I'm talking to people who have faced their tribulations and not let their heart chakra contract, people who have kept it open, okay? The universe loves that, okay? And it does reward it. So for those people, right, if you get this sense that there's something coming, right, hold on to that. Really hold on to that, okay? But here's the thing. Don't assume that you know what it is that the universe is bringing you, okay? This is a message that I've been getting repeatedly, yeah? So again, top secret stuff. It was kind of like, what was explained to me was kind of like, look, if you're organizing a surprise for your child, yeah, and it's really, really special, you don't want them to guess it. So you're going to try and throw them off the scent. Yeah. You're going to throw red herrings. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of red herrings thrown my way. I was even shown a little while ago, we're going back maybe about 5 months. I was in a meditation. I was shown me looking up at something, like really, really excited about something. And then I got tapped on the shoulder and look, and it actually came from there. Yeah. So there are going to be plot twists, but it's all done with love, okay? So you should still be feeling excited, but don't assume that you know what it is that's coming, okay? And to confirm that, as I was speaking to my child last night, because I already had a feeling that I wanted to talk about this today, to confirm that, my son, my 3-year-old, says to me, oh, I got a lump in my throat. He's so gorgeous. He says, Mummy, I've got a surprise for you, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And when I get home, I'm going to hide it first, and you're going to have to go and look for it. So it's like a double surprise, yeah? Not telling you what it is, not even going to tell you where it is. So, yes, he's a very, very playful soul. And I think I will actually leave it on that. So have a great day, and please find time to play.